You guys want to hear something completely insane? My business grew from zero to over $1.1 million in sales through a lead generation method that I can pretty much guarantee that you've never heard of. And so in this video, I'm going to walk you through the method that we use and how you can copy me and generate leads to scale your business ridiculously fast. The lead generation method is cold X or Twitter DM outreach, and there's 5 steps that you need to take in order for this to work for you. And we've done this for now over 3,000 B2B companies, so I can pretty much guarantee that I've seen every mistake in the book. First, we need to build an offer that's specifically built for cold traffic. Then we need to transform our offer into a performing script. Then we need to figure out how to target the right people. We then need to make sure our accounts are actually optimized so that people reply. And number 5, we just set up our campaigns. And you really want to stick around till the end of this video because I will literally give you offer templates, script templates, and I will scrape your leads for you. Moving on to step number 1, the offer creation process. The biggest mistake I see people make when it comes to offer is pitching an offer that is simply not built for cold traffic. I'm talking about all those people that are trying to pitch you their $3,000 a month retainers right off the bat, or even worse, trying to lock someone into a 3+ month contract. Just don't try it. It will not work unless you have an insane amount of credibility. And I can't explain how many people I've seen lose tons of deals because they go for just a huge kill right off the bat instead of working their way into someone's business with an easy to say yes to offer and then upselling them your more expensive services that provide more value on the back end once you've proven yourself. You could be in a situation where you have an offer that works really well for your warm audience, but odds are that same offer will not work well for a cold audience, which is what we're doing with Twitter cold outreach. And so what we need to do is frame our offer in a way that makes it look very attractive, super easy to say yes to, and as risk-free as possible. Let me just walk you through some examples. All right, so the easiest offers to sell via cold outreach right now are going to be some sort of variation of one of these, okay? So right off the bat, one of the easiest things to do is just to provide a very specific result and a risk reversal. Essentially what this will look like is, hey, I will book you 10 meetings in 10 days, and if I don't, you don't pay. So there's a very specific result, and there's a risk reversal because again, the market will always lean towards the offer that has the least amount of risk, okay? I mean, this offer is kind of, everyone's ran this offer. This is just more so an example, like a type of offer that will work well. Now, the opposite of this would be, for example, just telling someone like, hey, do you need help running your outreach? Or, hey, I will run your outreach for you for $3,000 a month, right? So that is kind of just going against all the rules that I just spoke about. You're not doing a specific result. You are literally just selling them on what it is that you're doing. There is no risk reversal. And so I doubt that will work unless you get super lucky. But talking about like, hey, I'll book you this many meetings in this many days, and if you don't pay, or just any other sort of risk reversal, this typically does better. Now, even better than that is going to be pay on performance. Now, what this looks like is something like this. Just pay me as I book you meetings, no upfront, just pay me as meetings go on your calendar. Now, you can see that this has a lot less risk than the first offer. Why? Because here you are essentially letting them know that you're going to give them their money back, right? Or it really just depends on how you structure this one, but that's typically how these offers are structured. Now, if it's purely pay on performance, you're going to get way better reply rates. You're going to get a lot more people on the hook. You just have to be careful with who you're actually working with so that they don't screw you over, right? So pay on performance works really well. Now, another one that works really well is going to be a low one-time fee, okay? What I mean by low is anywhere around the 1.5K. Ideally, you start lower if you're just starting out, or ideally, if you're just starting out, you're just doing work for free, right? But low one-time setups work really well because again, you get your foot in the door, you give people value, and then you can upsell them to something recurring further down the line. So again, pay one time, then pay per meeting. For example, instead of just charging them per meeting, which again, this is more so if you have a little bit more experience where you can charge them and then go on the performance basis. But if you're just starting out, highly recommend you just do performance. Or if you have this offer, you can use this as an anchor and then just waive the fee, right? So they're like, hey, there's a $3,000 setup fee, but for you, I'll waive it because of XYZ. Maybe you can waive it and you can talk them into, hey, I'll waive the fee if by the end of 30 days, I booked you this many meetings, and if you're happy, then you'll hop on a client interview with me or whatever, right? And so that's kind of how you can frame that. And then again, this free lead magnets are going to be my favorites right along with pay on performance. So again, the difference between a free lead magnet and pay on performance is going to be that you're literally not going to charge, but the idea is that you're going to give someone so much value that they want to keep going. They want more from you. They're like, okay, if this guy's giving me all this stuff for free, like whenever I actually pay him, his level of service is just going to be insane. Okay, so that's where free lead magnets come in. They can just be like your main service, right? If you're just starting out, that's probably the best idea, but you can also do like a part of your service. So for example, with Drippy, something that we do is a 7-day free trial, right? So free lead magnet is going to be a free trial, it's going to be free scripts, free campaign setup, so on and so forth. An example is, hey, I'll book you 3 qualified meetings for completely free, right? So you're giving them 3 meetings if maybe they even close one of those deals. And so obviously they're going to want to keep you working for them because you just gave them 3 meetings for free. Odds are they're going to want more meetings. So highly recommend that if you're just starting out, you're running one of these. Again, my personal favorites are going to be the pay on performance and free lead magnets. And then you can move into the low one-time setups plus performance, so on and so forth. The idea is that you are testing as many offers as you can. And then once you find one that works the best, then that's when you start testing out a bunch of different scripts. Okay, so that's how I recommend you do it. All right, so once we have a good offer, we need to make sure that we can craft a good script based off of the offer to actually get replies. At this point, my scripts have generated multiple millions of dollars, but these templates that I'm about to show you are the ones I typically go back to and give to people whenever they're just starting out or whenever they just have no idea what they're doing with their scripts. All right, so as you can see, we have different templates for the different offer types that I was talking about. So first one, you have specific result plus risk reversal. Essentially, if you just take this, you can just like paste in your specific information into the variable. So, hey, hello, hi, first name, I'll insert end result in time. And if I don't, risk reversal, you can add a plus explain. So what this will look like is, hey, hello, hi, first name, I'll book Drippy 10 qualified meetings in 10 days or my service is completely free. We recently helped, so this is going to be the second line. Then for the body, you're going to say we recently helped and then client in same niche achieve desired result, or we've helped number of businesses already and most recently insert line above. So for example, we recently helped Drippy book 15 qualified meetings in just 7 days, resulting in 10K in new MRR. And then our call to action, these are the ones I like running the most. For this one, the example is no need for a call just yet. I can send over a quick Loom video if interested, right? This is a very, very solid script. Obviously, you want to change up the numbers to what your offer actually is and to your actual case studies, but super important that you use case studies in the same niche, right? If you're reaching out to a software company, you want to let them know that you've helped other similar SaaS companies to them, okay? Same thing if you're doing to agencies, coaches, whatever. The more personalized, the better, okay? Now, if you want access to this specific document so you can literally just copy, paste, and put your scripts together, hit the first link down below in the description, sign up to Drippy, and you will find them there. Now, for the second script, we have pay on performance. Now, they're gonna be really similar because these scripts just work. This format just works super, super, super well. So again, we have hello, hi, first name. I will insert end result in time on a pay on results basis. This is all that's changing, but this works so well. And then explain exactly what this means in as few words as possible. So this, you kind of do need to add because people can be tricky whenever they're saying pay on results. So people might be a little bit skeptical if you don't explain it. So here's what I mean. And then for body, it's pretty much the same thing. Case study, risk reversal, or social proof. So if you don't have case study or social proof, that's when you can add a risk reversal, but the risk reversal is like built into pay on results, so that wouldn't really apply to the pay on performance model, but it would apply to this one specifically here. So and then call to action, pretty much the same thing. What the examples would look like is, hey, hello, hi, first name, I'll book company name 10 qualified meetings in the next 10 days on a complete pay on results basis. And now we're saying what it means. No setup fees, no maintenance fees, you just pay us prospects, show up to 2 calls. And then again, you do recently helped XYZ, XYZ, XYZ. No need for call just yet. I can send over a quick Loom video if interested. Bang your script right there. Or you can keep it shorter. Hey, I'll book company name 10 qualified meetings in the next 10 days on a complete pay on results basis. No setup fees, no maintenance fees. You just pay us prospects, show up to calls. Interested? Question mark. These two work really well. Now, when we're moving into one-time setups, pretty much the same thing. You are just changing up the intro line. That's really all that changes. So, hey, I will do XYZ in XYZ time frame for just a small one-time fee. Then you explain what that means. So essentially, we're just changing the explainer, and we're obviously saying that it's a one-time fee. For just a small one-time fee, no ongoing retainers, no maintenance fees, just price one time, and that's it. This will work if the price is low, right? If you're selling something for like 10K, then it's not going to be huge. But if there's a huge like price to value discrepancy in your favor to where everyone knows something is worth 10K and you're offering it for 1K, then yes, you do want to mention price. If it's kind of more competitive pricing, then I wouldn't recommend it. But if your price is one of the like main selling points where it's super, super cheap, then I would recommend you add it in. So for example, agency retainers for lead generation are typically around the 3K mark. And so if you came in here and said 10 qualified meetings the next 10 days for just a small one-time fee, no ongoing retainers, no maintenance fees, just 1K one time and that's it, that would work pretty well, right? So you just need to know kind of where your price sits in the market. And if your price is one of your main selling points, then you do want to mention it. If not, just skip it. And then again, same thing down here. And then same thing down here. We just made it a little bit shorter. Now for free lead magnets, this is where things get a little bit more interesting. And honestly, our best performing scripts have all come with some sort of value up front or did the work up front mechanism involving free lead magnets. They all imply that work has already been done. And essentially how it works is you let them know that, hey, I found XYZ. I have this many people looking for your product or service, etc. And then once they say yes, then you build out the asset. Okay. So for example, this is the one we were running with Drippy. Hey, first name, I put together a full Twitter marketing campaign that you and your team can run for company. We just ran a very similar campaign for a similar company, and they achieved XYZ result in XYZ timeframe. The document includes scripts, leads, and even how to set up fully automated campaigns. Mind if I share, right? And then once they say yes, then we would build the campaign, shoot it over. And then once they reply positively, so this is honestly super, super, super key. Make sure to screenshot this. Or again, if you want access to this full document, hit the first link down below the description. You'll get a 7-day free trial to Drippy and you'll get access to this immediately as well. And so this is super, super important for when you are replying to messages so that you don't have to go back and forth. So I recommend you screenshot this. All right, so now we need to move on to scraping leads. Scraping leads for Twitter outreach is super, super simple if you're using a tool like Drippy AI. All you need to do is first identify who your target audience follows on Twitter. Then you just paste their link into Drippy. Then you add filters to narrow down your list. And that's it. You're literally all set. So let me just show you what this looks like on Drippy. So again, if you hit the first link down below the description and you sign up to Drippy's free trial, you get 7 days for free and you can get all this set up for free. You will get access to this leads cheat sheet. Okay. So essentially what that means is you don't need to worry about finding leads. You just need to worry about finding your niche down here, and then that's it. You just go in here and then you just figure out who you want to reach out to or what list you want to build. But I'm literally giving you everything. So let's say we are going after SaaS companies. So we're just going to go into our cheat sheet, which again you can find first link down below the description. Now we're going to go to drippy.ai. We're going to hit leads on the left hand side of our screen. We're going to hit new lead source. We're going to select the lead scraper. Now we're going to go into account source. We're going to paste one of the accounts from our cheat sheet. Now this profile will start loading. We're going to include everyone that follows this account and everyone that this account follows. We're going to hit add, then we're going to hit next. Now we can add bio contents. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take our list, copy it. We're going to go over to Drippy. We're going to hit paste. We're going to delete the last comma. Then we're going to hit apply. Now we are also going to add our negative keywords. We're going to go back into Drippy, exclude bio contents, add element, quick add. We're going to do this, select. We're going to hit apply once again. And we're going to go back and then these filters will be added later whenever we are setting up the actual automation. Now that's it. You just hit next. And then we're just going to give this lead source a name. We're just going to call it demo. We're going to hit save, and then that's it. Okay, so now we have a good offer. We have good scripts. We have a great lead list. Now we just need to make sure that our account actually looks good. You need to remember that whenever you're doing outreach on any social platform, this not only applies to Twitter, your profile will be your landing page. So if your profile looks like trash, no one will reply. Doesn't matter how good your offer is. Doesn't matter how good your message was. If your profile does not look good, people will simply just ignore your message because you don't look professional. They're not going to trust you. And so this is the checklist that I go through. I'm not going to run through this whole checklist right now because this video would be way too long, but it's super easy to follow. And then once again, you can either screenshot this or you can sign up to Drippy for completely free, hitting the first link down below the description. And you can actually find everything that I'm talking about in the Learning Center. So you can go to how to build offers, how to write scripts, targeting, and every single lead magnet that I mentioned in this video, you can find by hitting the resources button underneath each one of the videos. All right, and so now that everything is ready to go, we can get our campaign set up on Drippy. So we're just gonna go to automations, we're gonna hit add new, we're gonna select ColdDM 2.0, we're gonna hit next. Now we're going to select our lead source, which is going to be the demo one that we just created. We're going to select script personalizer. Your AI will just take care of everything, but I prefer the script personalizer. So in this case, that's what we're going to do. We are going to let the AI know. We're going to select advanced actually before that, but for context, we're just going to let it know what it is that we do. Then for a script, we are just going to paste the scripts that we created. So we're just going to go into script writing, and I'm going to take one of these example ones. So it's an example that we put together for Drippy. This has been one of our best performing scripts ever, so highly recommend you get the document. Again, first link down below the description. We're gonna go into settings. We are going to turn this on, and then we're gonna turn split messages on as well. We're gonna hit next. We're not gonna add any variants, but essentially variants will allow you to A/B test. We're gonna add a follow-up just 1 day later. We're gonna say, hey, want me to shoot it over? ? There we go. We're gonna hit next. Now we're gonna be sending 10 messages per hour, and these are gonna be the exact settings that you want to run. So you want to skip previously contacted, so you're not reaching out to anyone that you've previously reached out to. You're gonna use the do not contact list, so if there's anyone that you don't wanna reach out to, just go into your Drippy settings and you'll be able to exclude anyone from being reached out to. And then we're going to prevent cross-account duplicates in case that we're running multiple accounts, and that's really how you can scale Twitter outreach. AI language check, we are going to select English right here. AI location check, we are going to select the United States right here. There we go. And now for activity check, I typically like doing around 30 days. So there we go, 31 days. Now we're gonna hit next. We're gonna give this automation a name. We are going to select my personal account. Then you hit create and you are all good to go and you're sending messages. And so that's it. If you're serious about generating leads and scaling your business, you really need to stay on top of all the new trends and tooling out there so that your competition does not catch up. If you want a more in-depth look into this method, just click the video on screen, as I think you'll find it valuable. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you there.